This is a Man Rights Activist Podcast, episode 27, where we focus on relationships, sports, and pop culture from a managed point of view. First of all, we want to thank our listeners, each and every one of you. Thank you for hanging with the fellas.
We really appreciate it.
Hey, come out. On today's show, we got to talk about this. Will there be no more strip clubs in the future?
Man, I hope not. Man, they sure do smell good.
And we got to get into this B. Smith and Dan Gasby situation. And is this situation worse because the other woman is white?
Let me think about that. Yep.
And Kamal explains why Pete Davidson has adjusted his standards just a little bit when it comes to women.
Ah, yeah, man. It's very, very important.
All that and more right now. This is MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal. I am Kyle.
I am Kamal.
And we're saving relationships one listener at a time. We got some dates, Kamal.
Yes, sir. Let's hear them.
Flappers, February 11th, 7:30 p.m. I will be in there. Can we get a Pops update?
Talked to my cast, like I said last week,
Yes.
and this is the week we should be going into production.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, dude.
Yes, sir.
That means soon we will see some episodes.
Yeah.
At least soon we'll be recording episodes.
Yes.
And then they'll be edited.
Yep.
And then you will be, and then the audience will be able to watch them.
Yes.
Sounds good to me, dog.
Me too.
Hey guys, I want to take this time to ask you to subscribe to The World According to Cheryl. That is Cheryl Underwood's podcast. It's hilarious, and I'm on it. My chick is taking, she's getting her MBA online.
Okay.
Yeah, and that has caused some stress, dog. That is, because she's going through it right now. It's a tough class, you know what I'm saying? And so when, on Pulp Fiction, when the dude said, man, my girl's a vegetarian, which pretty much means I'm a vegetarian. Yeah. She going through it right now with that class. So that means I'm going through it with the class.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's,
sort of like when my girl's beefing with somebody.
You're beefing with somebody.
Yeah. I got to sit there and be mad too.
Yeah. When you're not. Don't give a goddamn, don't give a shit.
Don't care.
Yeah, but so yeah, she's having a tough time with the class, and so like little things, like for instance, she's got to like fax in, not fax, that's so old school. She's got to email in she's got to scan in her work.
Yeah.
And she's got a certain amount of time to do it. She's got to be on camera, which it's a lot of complications.
Yeah, just making sure it's her and nobody else doing the work.
Exactly. But my home computer, my desktop has some issues on it. Yeah, it's kind of old. It's so old. The Apple turned yellow. Let me tell you, that's how old it is. So, I have issues with it sometimes. And so, because it's my computer, I become the vehicle of the frustration. Yeah, so when that computer's not acting right, there's tension.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Could have gotten this fixed.
And the funny thing is, I offered to get it fixed last time. It didn't work. And she threw a tantrum saying, I don't want to use the computer no more. She don't worry about getting it fixed. And then a couple months later, she's using it again. I was like, I thought we wasn't. But in the moment of heat, you can't say, hey, remember when
yeah. For a species that like to say "I told you so," they don't like to hear.
They don't like to hear.
Nah, so I try not to. Yeah, I don't say it much.
So she's stressing about it, and so I'm trying to be, because me, my thing is I get frustrated and be like, I'm good, and just leave. You know what I mean? I'm not really good at being bitched at.
No, I don't like it at all.
You know what I mean? I'm not really good at long-term relationships. Because my favorite thing about a relationship is just being able to be like, okay, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And so when I have to put up with shit, it's not my favorite. And so it's testing me, this patience thing, because I quit too easily. I let shit go. I'll be like, fine, you know what, I'm good.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm dealing with right now of having to prove that I'm not, to myself.
Right.
That I'm not some fickle, trying to be a little more steady Eddie, more of a tree.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's cool that you recognize, like, I don't know if that's a flaw.
It's a flaw.
Okay.
A characteristic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Character flaw you have.
Yes.
That basically, when things get tough, that door looks very, very appealing.
Very appealing. Matter of fact, I like to set up my life to not have to. That's one of the reasons why I don't like living with a woman. That's why I like having my own place. Because when you like to act stupid, I need to just be able to leave and go home for a couple of days.
Right.
That's the worst thing about when you live with a woman.
Honestly, I don't see any problem with that. I don't see any problem like, hey, man, because what I do is I'll go to another room. If I realize, like, hey, nothing good is going to come about this. You're dug in. Yes. I'm dug in.
Yes.
The only thing that can happen is we can make ourselves matter.
Yes. Yes.
And say something crazy, which I've done once and I truly, truly regret. But honestly, if I had my druthers, it never would have got to that point because I'd have bounced 15, 20, 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, but they need you to stay. Like, that's the thing about a woman. Woman needs that. They need to feel you. It's like a woman needs to be able to throw a temper tantrum and bitch at you and be their worst. And they need you to be able to stay through their worst.
In a perfect world, in their scenario, in their perfect fantasy,
yes,
we would say, damn, baby, I didn't think about it like that.
Yes.
You're right.
No matter what they're going through and no matter how they're acting.
I'm tripping.
I
didn't see it that way.
You need more patience right now.
Yeah.
I love you through it. Let me hold your hand through it.
Yeah.
Whatever you're mad about, I'm sorry that I wasn't sensitive enough. And I see dudes on TV doing that. I'll be like, you look at this sucker ass.
Yeah, it would have been nice for you to fix that computer. As a matter of fact, in her mind, why the hell didn't you get this done?
Yeah. How about the fact that when I offered to get it done, you said you were done with that computer and all Apple products.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't depend on them. So then you just didn't want to deal with the computer no more. So I said, cool.
Yeah, you should have got it fixed because it was broken. Still in the house and stuff like that. And so that's the thing about it. They want like perfect scenario. You know, they truly want those fairy tales.
Yes.
You know, something that... a person's not thinking about. They're not even thinking about it, but when it happens, it's already taken care of.
Let me tell you what happened with my daughter last week, dog. Last week, my daughter was sitting on the steps, and she couldn't untie her shoe, her pink Chuck Taylors. They had a double knot. Now, I saw her that she couldn't untie her double knot, and I could have offered to help her, but I chose not to because I wanted her to ask for help when she needed help, right? So I walked right by her, saw that she was struggling, didn't give a damn. She ends up huffing and puffing.
Your daughter?
Yes.
Okay.
Angry, furious. Finally, she starts screaming and crying. I can't do it. I'm still not saying nothing because I'm working on a lesson here. So then eventually she just yelling at me, I can't do it, I can't do it. I said, so ask for help. If you can't do it, ask for help. Because I want to train her to not think that she can just start huffing and puffing and people are going to run to her aid. Because if it was my son, I would look at him like, I'm not helping you. You do it. But with my daughter, my temptation is to save the day and help her. So I'm like, nah, you got it. Unless you need help, what do you do when you need help? You ask for help.
You ask for it.
So she finally asked for help. She was furious. But now she's yelling at me, help me. And I'm just like, nah, you can't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
Now I'm being an asshole. Because I'm like, nah, dog, that's not how you do it.
No. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, that's the frustrating part about being in a relationship is anticipating what you think they're going to want.
That's exactly what I'm getting at. So then I finally teach my daughter. She calms down. I help her out. I get her shoe out of the double knot. And that's the lesson. I share that lesson with her mom. Her mom's cool with it. Good job, right? But then a couple of days later, her mom is frustrated. And she's standing there huffing and puffing. And she starts looking at me like, why aren't you helping me? You didn't ask.
Right.
But I'm the asshole because I hear you huffing and puffing. And I do hear you huffing and puffing. But I could try to anticipate your need. But when I have a need and I ask you why you didn't feel it, you know what you say? You didn't ask.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not fair to set up a rule that I got to read your mind in any way.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So I'm like, nah, man. And so I'm trying to teach my daughter, like, don't expect people to read your mind. I think a lot of times we spoil our children, spoil our baby girls into running to their need. And for years, they never understand. They just grew up huffing and puffing when they need a need, and everybody runs to their aid, especially if they look good.
Oh yeah, if they look good, man. When they start going to like parties and clubs, dudes just come with a drink.
Whatever you need. They can even just
beyond them asking.
Yeah. And
hey, you buy me a drink? No, before you even ask. First of all, I'm walking to the club free.
Yes. Oh, if they look good.
Yeah, I'm walking to the club free, and people
Yes.
gonna offer me drinks.
Yes.
And so when they get in a relationship, they kind of expect everything to be taken care of for them.
Yeah.
Right. And so read my mind.
Yes.
Why the hell haven't you offered me a drink?
If you cared, you would.
Yeah.
Because these other fools are doing it. And then, they'll just be like, ooh, I'm parched. Ooh, boom, got you. Oh, you parched,
Oh,
girl?
yeah. I said, yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get that too. I get like the comment, the
Yeah.
statement. Well, I said I was
Parched.
hungry. Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Yo, Kamal.
What's up?
I finally finished my album, dog.
The one you did in 2013?
Yeah, man. I know, man.
Okay.
A long time ago, man. But I said, you know what? I'm going to finish this album. This thing is coming out. Eventually. You know, you got to finish. You can't give up.
I can dig it. And eventually it's finally here.
Eventually it's finally arrived, man. And I
Okay.
was listening to it, man. This thing is funny, dude.
Okay, it's not dated. No jokes about chingy or nothing like that.
There is some dated jokes in there,
Yeah.
like there's a reference to. It was before Michael Sam came out, because it was like a reference to gay athletes that came out, and I was like, wow, that's dated.
Okay.
But the juxt of it is everything's good.
Bruce Jenner still.
Yeah,
Is Caitlyn? Is it Caitlyn?
He's Bruce in the
He's
album.
Bruce.
I don't talk about him.
But he was Bruce.
Yeah, I used to have a Bruce Jenner joke. He was Bruce in this when I recorded this. But no, it's ready, man. It's out.
Okay.
It's funny, man. Check it out and get it on iTunes right now. It's called Be a Man at All Times. I was working last week, Holmes.
Oh, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, man. Did a TV show called Veronica Mars. They have a reboot. That's with Kristen Bell. Mm-hmm. She's on that NBC show Where They Die.
What is it? The Good Place.
The Good Place. She was forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
She was cool, man. She was cool. She didn't, as pretty and small as she is, she doesn't have a dainty vibe at all.
Okay.
She has a get things done vibe.
She's married to that guy Dax from
Shepherd, I think.
Yeah, Dax Shepherd from
Yeah.
What was that? Punk'd and all of that stuff.
Oh, that's where he's from?
Yeah.
Oh, he's funny, man.
Yeah.
He's a writer.
Okay.
Yeah, he wrote the Chips movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's funny. Anyway, so did that show, and I played a strip club DJ.
Okay. Very, very important guy in the community.
Very important, man. You got to get the crowd cracking. That's actually how I got the job, man. And I was like, oh, because at first in there, I played it straight, and, I just did my little line or two. And then they were like, nah, play with it up front. For me, if they tell me I can play,
Yeah.
that's it. I don't like memorizing words. I'm not. You let me do it my way? So I just was like, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage. I just, I went in and they was laughing, and next thing I booked it. So anyway, as I was sitting there in the strip club, one of the cast members, I'm not going to say who, I was ear hustling. They was talking off camera. They're setting up a shot. And she said, when there's true feminism, when that really exists, when we finally get true equality, places like this, the strip club, won't exist anymore. She said, I'm not talking Me Too. We won't feel the need to do this to ourselves because we will be able to make enough money doing other things. So her point was, one day when women can really make the same money that men do, we will no longer need a strip club, and the strip club will be obsolete. I thoroughly disagreed.
Hell yeah. I mean, because I think it's I think she's wrong in her premise.
Why?
Well, she's assuming that everybody who's a stripper is forced into it because that's the only way they feel they can make money.
Exactly.
Some of them actually like doing it.
They don't want to hear that, though.
Yeah.
The feminists don't want to hear that. They don't believe that they actually like doing it. Just like every prostitute or whatever porn star had a troubled childhood.
Yeah.
That's what they think.
Yeah. And that's not always the case. Mm-hmm. They just like doing it. They like dancing and taking off their clothes, and they say, hey, I can get paid for it too. Even better.
Yeah. But there are some women probably that are doing it because they feel like it's the only way they can make that kind of easy money and fast money. There's got to be.
Well, damn it, dude. If there was, let's get rid of strip clubs.
Yeah.
Right? Everything's equal. I mean, where else can you make that kind of money fast?
Exactly.
For men. Where can men make money fast?
Dope dealing?
It's illegal.
Yeah.
So what is she saying? Like basically, what's the male equivalent to a strip club? We could just go in there and make quick money fast.
I don't know.
Exactly. So to make that kind of money, it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, man, you can strip for 2 or 3 hours a night. The good ones can make like $1,000.
Yes.
For a couple hours worth of work.
Yes. Well, let me tell you why I think that her premise is off. Because no matter how much you try to change men, no matter how much you try to shame men into changing, men will always be attracted to women. And they will always want to go to a place where women dance and get naked and you give them money. Like it's the oldest transaction before feminism, before, whatever. They say prostitution is the oldest job in history.
I heard that prostitution actually is the reason, basically won the West.
What do you mean? The Western Conference?
No. One like the Old West.
How is that possible?
I was watching, you ever watch the show Adam Ruins Everything?
No.
Well, it's a guy that basically comes with historical facts and basically ruins whatever your perception is of certain things.
Sure.
In the Old West, this guy was acting like cowboys when the guys rooting, shooting and rustling. He was like, nah, that's not true. He was saying basically prostitution played a big part because that was a business. And basically, when they had the towns, that was like one of the first businesses.
Yes.
So like the other businesses formed around these brothels and stuff like that.
Nice.
But when these camps started, before they were actually real towns,
yes,
they had the brothels set up. And it was a legal business, and you exchanging hands and stuff like that. And a lot of these women who ran these businesses, these brothels, became important figures in the community.
Wow.
Yeah, man. And so I honestly don't understand why it's still illegal. I mean, obviously that, a lot of the prudes became empowered and they started just changing laws, but I think this is the one that they got wrong.
But yeah, because it's a basic supply and demand. Men want to be entertained sexually, and there are women that are willing to do it. And as long as a man really wants that, now you could try to shame a man into change and you could do those things, but I think strip clubs will always be there because men will always be willing to pay to see a woman naked. Now, I don't want women to feel like that's their only way to make money. I would like to see women be able to do whatever they're capable of. So if there is a woman that can coach football as well as Bill Belichick, I would like to see her get the opportunity. Give her a chance. If she can do it, it's, Bill Belichick never played football to my knowledge.
He never played pro. I'm sure he played football.
Yeah. I mean, my point is like Chip Kelly, he don't seem like no football player. If a woman can do it, I want her to be able to do it. If she can really do it. And I don't want her to feel like she's forced into stripping and shaking that ass. However, as a man, there are women that you want to see shaking that ass. And I hope that they don't one day say that she can't.
Well, if there's true feminism,
yes,
it's
freedom.
Strip clubs would be there.
Yeah,
because
it's a choice.
Yeah, it's a choice.
True feminism.
She wanted to do this.
Yeah, she was like, "Fuck it, why not?"
Yeah,
and she won't be judged.
No,
she won't be shamed.
No,
there won't be.
Here's the thing about it, and who's shaming them? Most people shaming other women.
True.
Guys,
we should love them.
We put a lot of strippers on pedestals. As a matter of fact, that's how their rent's being paid.
You have a very good point. True feminism is actually allowing a stripper to be the stripper and not making all women be a certain thing.
Yeah. So I don't think this woman, I think she's hurting the feminist cause by saying she doesn't want strip clubs. So she's not the feminist. She's the one who's judging these women and stuff like that, thinking like, oh, you had a troubled childhood. Oh, poor you. And oh, you're forced into this. Nah, man. She's the problem.
Can I have your attention, please? We are trying to start a movement. You heard that right. We're starting a movement. We're doing something different here at the MRA Podcast. We vibing with y'all. You know what I'm saying, fellas? You know what I'm saying, ladies? It ain't just fellas that listen to the show. Matter of fact, it's majority women, but it's all good. I know you know somebody that fits with what we trying to do over here. So all we need you to do is send it to them. Tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? That somebody know how we get down here at the MRA show. It's really called the podcast, but I just wanted to rhyme no and show. Today's hated man of the week is Dan Gasby. First of all, Kamal, I don't even know who B. Smith is. Do you know B. Smith? Have you heard of her?
Man, I vaguely remember her. I heard her name back in the day, man. I guess she had some restaurants in D.C.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was out there.
Is that from your Howard days?
Yeah.
Okay. So B. Smith I guess she's a famous sister. Mm-hmm. I'm proud of her because I've been...
restaurateur, I think.
Okay. And a lifestyle lady. I was watching the videos. She's got this dynamic smile. And I didn't know who she was, but apparently a lot of people did.
A lot of black women.
A lot of black women did.
Yeah.
And her husband is Dan Gasby. Now, her husband appears to be, correct me if I'm wrong, a kind of guy that is famous because his wife is famous.
Right. He married into some famous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Married into some money.
She's the talented one in the family. And so she has Alzheimer's disease, which is black people. I know a woman that her mom died of Alzheimer's. But before her, I never knew, and she's a black woman, I never knew anybody who was affected that was black of Alzheimer's disease.
My grandmother has it.
Does she?
My grandmother has it, and her father had it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I hope you don't get that shit.
Yeah, man. I hope I don't get it too. It's pretty painful to watch.
Yeah.
Somebody go. I watched like the early. Is it Offset or whatever? The early
like Dementia and all that.
I watched the early stages. I come in there, hey grandmother, hey, how's it going? But like I would leave and she would call my mother. It was like, how was Kamal's visit? She was like, he came over, so she knew who I was, but she forgot that I showed up.
Yeah,
and we would have to show her pictures of our encounter.
Damn.
To now, maybe 4 or 5 years later, she doesn't know who I am at all.
That hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, not only does she not know who I am, sometimes, she looks at me like I'm a bitch ass nigga.
She jumps you with the face.
Yeah, like the way she's because she doesn't remember my sense of humor or my personality. Yeah. So she's like, there's a stranger cracking wise. I don't like that.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this segment was going to turn to that. To this pain.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, man.
Yeah. My grandma had that. She had dementia. She just started forgetting people. It's such an ego thing, but it's like, man, you don't remember me?
Right.
It's so weird when they don't.
I have to, I'm your grandson.
Yeah.
And hopefully she's cool with it.
Hopefully that day.
Yeah, because sometimes she's like, oh, yeah?
Yeah, my grandma started getting a little grouchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was already grouchy.
Yeah.
And then the Alzheimer's, the dementia kicked in, and she took it to a new level of grouchy.
Well, yeah, she was, my grandmother was not grouchy, but she was. She's
still here?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was into what she was into. It didn't like a whole lot of people around and stuff like that. But I was always one of the good ones.
You used to be, hey, listen, one of the people that she got down with.
Exactly.
Now you wait.
You
lost all your privileges.
Yeah, sometimes she ain't messing with me.
Well, her husband made the news. B. Smith's husband made the news because he got himself a new girlfriend. Now, I don't know why there's video of him with his new lady, and she's a white woman. And I believe that does add to the tension of it when you see, black man with his new white girl. Because in our culture, black women tend to not love it because black men tend to take it to like a lot of black men. Like if you watch NFL Honors, with Steve Harvey hosting, you look at the NFL players, a lot of them white girls. And so in our culture, that's a sensitive topic.
I'm gonna touch on B. Smith, but I'm gonna explain why that's a sensitive topic. I think I understand where they're coming from.
I could see why, but go ahead.
The B. Smith thing, man, and I notice a lot of women are really, really upset with the guy. Mm-hmm. I think it has something to do with the girlfriend being white.
Oh.
I think it has something to do with the girlfriend being white. But B. Smith, I saw the video and she's almost like childlike, right? She doesn't remember a whole lot of things. She's they have to take care of her. And he does. He takes her to get pedicured and hair. Yeah. I mean, he really, you could see that he's loving with her. He loves his wife.
Yes.
But when it comes to like companionship, she can no longer offer that to him.
No.
She can't.
But as a woman, I believe the reason why they're so angry with this brother It's fear, man. When you want a man, you want a man to be there for you in your darkest hour. And you don't want to feel like he will go get another woman and bring that other woman to the house.
Right.
But when you look at B. Smith and this other woman, the other woman is loving to his wife. He keeps his wife as a priority. Mm-hmm. To me, it'd be wrong if he abandoned his wife.
He moved out.
Yeah, so good luck with that.
Yeah.
That's not what I signed up for.
Nah, he's still taking care of his obligations.
Yeah, and which I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't. And the reason why I can co-sign this is because B. Smith is I don't know if it's now currently, but soon she's not gonna know who this man is.
No, she's not.
And so, it's an early. I mean, like it came on early.
Yeah.
So she's maybe in her 60s. Mm-hmm. My grandmother is in her 80s.
Yeah.
In her 60s, my grandmother was solid. Mm-hmm. I come over here and get some food and stuff like that, hang out.
Yeah.
So B. Smith, let's say, she lives another 20 years. It's only going to get worse. Mm-hmm. So is Dan Gasby supposed to basically ride this one out?
Yes, in their mind. Because that's what you would want your wife to do, ride it out. Like, I know if it was me, we joke about when we die, I don't want my wife to move on when I'm dead.
See, this one, it's like, I can't, because I've seen what my grandmother's going through. Mm-hmm. And like, she doesn't know who my mom is. She knows a lady named Janine. She lives with a lady named Janine. Mm. Sometimes Janine's her best friend. Sometimes Janine's her daughter. Mm-hmm. Sometimes she's Janine's daughter. Mm. I just know a woman named Janine.
Yeah.
And I need Janine here at all times.
Yeah.
So I'm sure B. Smith knows Dan. Mm-hmm. Where's Dan? Where's Dan? Where's Dan? Where's Dan? Mm-hmm. I don't know who Dan is. Mm-hmm. Was we in third grade together?
Yeah.
Is that my brother? Is that my dad?
Damn.
Is that my husband?
Yeah.
But basically, so it's they don't have that husband-wife relationship anymore.
No.
That's done.
Yeah.
Nature has stopped that.
Yeah.
And so Dan Gasby has to continue to live his life. Mm-hmm. Now, if she had like a stroke and she was basically just incapacitated, she still had her brain, everything working.
Yeah.
I think that'd be messed up.
Well, but let me just keep this clear though. I'm only giving how I would feel. Technically, I can see why people understand it's wrong. As Kyle Irby, I absolutely understand why he has another woman. Mm-hmm. His wife is sick. Me, I'd have another woman if my wife was perfectly healthy. I'd have another woman if my wife had a cold. I understand. I'm jealous that he can bring his women together.
Yeah.
I wish I could. My women would get along. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the type of women I like.
Yeah.
They could, like, I wish I had it like that. When I hear D-Ray, got his girls living together and they get along.
Yeah.
Like, I dream of that one day of having, 2 or 3 women that understand the deal and they ain't mad at each other. And
Team Irby break.
Yeah, Team Irby on 3. Team Irby on me. 1, 2, 3. Team Irby. That's what I want, man. So I ain't mad at Dan Gasby for having another woman. And I appreciate that he brings her around so it's not on some creep shit.
Yeah.
And he's letting the world know this is what I'm doing. But I think where he's messing up, and it's hard when you try to get the world to understand what you need. Because the world does not give a damn about what you need. The world only cares what they need. Right. And they only want to feel comfortable.
Right. They don't like it because they know B. Smith. They remember her from the 80s and 90s and the lifestyle shows and the restaurants. Mm-hmm. They're not taking care of B. Smith.
No. And they see him as dogging B. Smith.
Yeah.
Not understand that technically speaking, he's still doing his job as a husband. He's still loving her. He's bringing in some help.
Right.
And I could see why they'd be upset, but just as me, Kyle Irby, male rights activist, I understand why Dan Gasby has a woman on side.
Yeah. Now the women with the white women thing, mm-hmm. I totally understand.
Take a break. We're gonna take a break.
Okay.
When we come back, give us your perspective.
Okay.
On the white women thing. Hey, what's up, man? I just had to take a time away from the podcast to let you know. If you want an MRA hat, you can get you one. You know why? Because we got them for sale. 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 You can get you one in red, blue, black, whatever you want. Just go to the website, themrapodcast.com. That is themrapodcast.com, and get you one. We're getting deep today, dog.
Okay.
Now, you told me before the break that you can understand why women would be upset, or black women would be upset at the white woman part. What's up?
Anytime, like you were talking about the football thing.
Yeah. What football thing?
You were saying like the thing that Steve Harvey hosted?
Yes.
And I guess
football NFL honors.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want that job, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I was watching, like, that's what I'm talking about.
When they hate to see an athlete or entertainer with a white woman,
yes,
or like some famous politician or judge and stuff like that. Basically, yes, wealthy men.
Yes. Wealthy men. Keyword.
Wealthy men.
Kamala Harris, they not mad at her, though.
Yeah.
They ain't pissing Serena either.
Nah. Like, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, no.
Not mad at Halle Berry.
No.
Anyway, back to you.
So the issue I think they have, and I can understand this, right? I was watching some YouTube highlights of this basketball player, Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
Right? When he was in high school, I've been watching him since like the 10th grade.
You've heard of him?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He plays for Duke.
I mean, you heard of him in 10th grade?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because of his dunks.
Okay.
So I'm watching all his highlights, and I'm watching the audience just go bananas. There's no white girls there.
In
know
high
what I'm
school?
saying? In high school.
Okay.
There's no white girls there. You know, when we would play at the park and all that stuff, no white girls there watching us.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Pop Warner and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you know, black women feel they've been invested since day one.
Yes.
They've been coming to the park cheering for like the Pop Warners or like the AAU games and stuff like that. And so, and then once the guy strikes it rich, or he's about to strike it rich, the white woman comes in and gets to live happily ever after.
Scoops right in at the right time.
At the right time.
Yeah.
And, you know, whether it's like, you know, some judge or like whoever.
Yes.
It's like, dude, you know, like Clarence Thomas, like your prom date probably wasn't a white woman.
Probably not.
You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, through all that racism, when you were trying to get all your degree and all that stuff, I'm pretty sure it was a sister who was right by your side going through it. You know? And so I think that's the issue. Like, why do they get to live happily ever after?
Yes.
Well, they didn't put it in the time. Now, if, you know what I'm saying, if a white woman gets in on the ground floor.
Yes.
I have no problem with that. I don't think they have a problem with that. Like, they both broke or whatever. They struggling.
I think sisters still have a problem with it.
Well, it's not that bad. If she was a day one.
Yes.
It's after it's day 30.
Exactly.
You know, they come along after the contract signed, or when he's in college and it appears he's going to be this first round pick, about to be a multi gazillionaire. Like, you go to the Duke games now, there's probably no black women there.
That's the problem. That's the problem. The problem is when you go to Duke as a basketball player, there are 30,000 white women there and 19 black women there. And that's the problem. And the problem I have with it is if you see the white woman as more valuable, like, ooh, this means I'm successful. You know, the brother that they say the stereotype.
Trophy.
O.J. Simpson stereotype is I got to have a white woman because now I am accepted. Yeah. So I need to be accepted with my white woman. I have a problem with that when a brother has that mentality that now that I've made it, goodbye, Taekwonisha. I need to get me with whatever her name is, Amy. Yeah. To prove to these white men that I'm good enough. That always bothers me. Yeah. But I do understand, like if Beyonce, now I'd be mad if Beyonce got with a white dude, but I'd understand because in Beyonce's upper circles, there's not a lot of black dudes there.
Like Tina Turner, after she shook Ike, she was just around these rock and roll guys and executives and stuff like that. Yeah.
We understand when it's a sister though. We understand why a sister wouldn't want to mess with brothers. But we don't tend to understand why brothers mess with white girls because it tends to be more brothers that do it than sisters. Sisters do it every once in a while. More black women tend to have a preference for black men. And me, as I watch the NFL honors, I do wish that the black man had a preference for black women. I wish when I see a brother that he was like, nah, I only mess with sisters. I wish I heard that more often. You know what I mean? And that's just for me and my thing. Now I need everybody else to understand. I met my white girl in 9th grade. So Hey, come on, we got listeners all over the world now, man.
Yep.
And I was wondering, man, I wonder what the people do while they're listening to our show. I know we got a guy in the Navy who's in Spain. He listens. We got a lady that drives a Lyft. She listens while she's driving her Lyft and has her customers listen too, which is absolutely hilarious. Cat in Brooklyn listens while he delivers some fish. Okay. We want to know from other people, man, how do you listen to our show? What are you doing? Hit us up on the social media. I'm at Kyle Irby.
I am at Angry Kamal.
And let us know what you're doing when you listen to our show. Kamal, what are you doing when you listen to the show?
Man, I'm usually chilling, man. I take the train to get my son from school.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, man. So I get the headphones on and I'll listen to it front and back. The problem is I'm coming back. Mm-hmm. He wants to talk. I'm trying to listen. So I have to, try to act like I'm paying attention to him. I'm really listening to my words of wisdom.
That's good, man. Yeah. Pretend like you're listening to your son while you're listening to the podcast. That's one way to do it. I usually listen to while I'm cleaning the house, man. I picked... Well, go ahead.
Domestic work?
Yeah, man. Oh, come on, dude. I wish I didn't have domestic work, but yeah, man. I usually listen to if I'm washing the dishes or folding laundry. I listen to any kind of thing that I don't have to think. Yeah, and I just get to listen. But I want to know what are the people listening? What are y'all doing? Let us know. Kamal Abdul-Jabbar.
What's up?
We've been keeping up with my man Pete Davidson.
Man,
checking up on him.
Yeah, man.
Worried about him, concerned.
Yes.
He might be back, dog.
What's up?
Looks like he's been spotted with Kate Beckinsale. Going around town with Kate. She was, they were seen coming out of one of his comedy shows in Hollywood. How you feel about that, man? Is he back?
I hope so, man. I hope so. I'm rooting for the guy, Pete Davidson, man. I watch SNL religiously.
Do you?
Yeah, I watch it pretty much every week, man. We DVR, so if we miss it, we go back and watch it and stuff like that, man. I've seen his comedy special and stuff like that.
I didn't know he had a special. Was it good?
Yeah, I went on Comedy Central. It's good, man. Yeah, it's this new wave of comedy, man. They're not really telling jokes, but they just... recount like some event and say it funny. You use certain words and stuff like that.
So it's just storytelling.
Storytelling, right. But he's funny. Mm-hmm. It works. So like I said, I root for the guy. And I was, when he was going through that pain, I was like, damn, man, I've never been on the brink of suicide or a breakup. No. However, I understand. I've never been with a pop star either. But I can see how that could take its toll on you.
No, being with a woman that popular?
That popular, man. Everywhere you go, they're following you. They want to know every single aspect of your life. And he's a comedian, so he's trying to joke about things that are probably serious because that's the job. Yeah. Because from the if the roles were reversed, he would be joking about somebody else. So he's got to act like he's not a hypocrite. Yes. But I know it was painful and it was probably bothersome. Yeah. And so now when he's with Kate Beckinsale, man, like a notch.
I don't really know her. I feel like she's one of those women that I feel like she's attractive. I know she's attractive. I know she's British. I know she's slim. But I can't tell you what she's been in.
I've seen her movies, man. She's a baddie from back in the day, man. Okay. But the good thing about it is she's not a pop star.
So you think there's a reason why she's not super famous, but people know her?
Yeah, this might be his celebrity crushes, man. First is Ariana, and then that didn't work because she was super famous, and he went down the list. Like, yeah. You know what?
Yeah, how about Kate Beckinsale?
Yeah, man, let me shoot my shot at that. Because the thing about it is, man, Kate Beckinsale is still fly.
Fly as a mug.
Still fly. Yeah. Definitely somebody who is going to turn some heads when you show up to an event. Yeah. With her on your elbow. Yeah. And stuff like that. But I don't think she requires all of the attention. She doesn't garner the paparazzi, people chasing them in cars and stuff like that. So I think he'll get what he wants without the headache.
So it sounds like what he wants is the recognition that he got a cold one on his arm. Yeah. Not just a pretty girl, but a pretty girl that people know.
And the people want. Other guys want. I mean, sometimes as fellas, man, that ego, it's like, man, if you can get somebody, Nick Cannon's like, kept talking about Mariah Carey, and it was like, is that for us or you, homie?
You know, it's funny. I've never been like that, Kamal. Yeah. I don't want people to know who I'm with. I don't want you desiring my girl. I don't want you to know who I'm with. I keep that personal and private because maybe deep down, I don't want to have to compete.
But me too.
Yeah.
But if I had somebody who was on everybody's mind.
Yeah, like Lauren London. That's always been one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I would not want to deal with the stress of being Lauren London.
Nah.
I just don't need that stress of people voting on. I don't want to hear everybody talk about my lady. Like,
but see, Lauren London never got to like obviously that Ariana Grande level.
Nah, but
she
as
was
a
hood.
black person,
Yeah,
every black dude knows Lauren London.
Yeah. Everybody knew from what was that ATL?
Yeah, man, she was.
Or is it Atlanta? Is that what it's called?
Whatever it is, Atlanta.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like Lil Wayne, he's like, yeah, that's a notch in my belt. If you're as huge as Lil Wayne, maybe that's what it is.
Right. But yeah, I guess let's say Alicia Keys became available.
Yeah,
she was checking you out.
I'd want to smash on the low. I wouldn't want anybody to know.
But she's not for that low stuff.
I know. That would bother me. That would be a point of contention with us. It would be, because she'd be like, are you embarrassed of me? And it's just like, I'm not embarrassed of you. I just don't do the public relationship thing. I don't want people voting on my relationship. I don't want people. You like that?
I don't. But I think I would like Alicia Keys that much. That I would go through it.
You would just go ahead. You would go through it for Alicia.
Yeah, and just for like every dude that's ever known me, be like, that dude,
he did it.
Yeah,
that's funny.
And so it was like it'd be beyond Alicia Keys.
Yeah,
it'd basically just a status. Mm-hmm. She would be, I hate to say this, but like an accomplishment.
A notch.
Yeah, she would be a notch.
Yeah.
And like you said, you would want nobody to know.
Nah.
I would want everybody to know.
Everybody check us out.
Yeah.
Everybody look at us.
Yeah, I might be on social media consistently, just like posting pictures and stuff like that on Instagram. Like, it's just me and her waking up. Yeah. It's just me and her, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got her, y'all like her fabulous. I got her regular.
Oh yeah, like Puffy, was with J-Lo, and people were just like, wow. And I remember the year that she had on that Versace dress or whatever it was barely held together.
Yeah, and
he was just like, yeah, I don't know how long it took her to get it on, but I can tell you how long it took her to get it off. And that just would have never been me, man. I don't need everybody drooling over my lady.
I don't, but it's like if you can get to us, it's like everyone's got that Mount Rushmore or something like that.
If you can get to that level.
Because growing up, it was always Halle Berry.
Yeah, of course.
And so even at this stage in her career, if Halle Berry was checking for me, I would have to be like, I'm a happily married woman, and my woman is at the top of the Mount Rushmore.
You just
the
said
Mount
happily
Rushmore,
married woman. I just want you to know that.
Happily married man. I'm sorry. I have a happily married woman, and Mount Rushmore is beneath my wife.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so
that sounds
like,
real good.
She's like Mount Everest.
Yeah, she's Everest, and Rushmore's beneath her. That's real good, man.
But on some B. Smith stuff. Yeah. On some B. Smith stuff.
On some B. Smith.
If anything ever happened.
If she ever stubbed her toe.
Yeah, if Halle Berry became available.
To help you ice her toe.
Yeah, I would rock that like a badge of honor.
Hey, if you're enjoying the podcast, do us a favor. Tell a friend. That's it. Costs you nothing, helps us out, and gives your friend some entertainment to make that commute a little easier, or gives them some company on a workout, or while they're cleaning the house, so it helps them out, helps everyone out. All right, so please subscribe, leave a positive comment, and share. Let's get into this Dear Irby letter.
Let us.
Dear Irby, some years back, a friend of mine met a girl online from San Antonio. He flew to meet her, and they had a long-distance relationship. He eventually got her an apartment out there so that when he visited, they had a place to stay. After a few years, he went to an event with her in San Antonio and met some of her friends. When he got back to L.A., some of the guy's friends called him and told him who he really was. Her boyfriend, who would stay at my friend's place and sleep with his lady behind my friend's back in my friend's bed. My friend was mad, but eventually forgave her because he was in love. He had to forgive her 2 more times because of this, and he eventually broke up with her after 8 years. After that, he met a girl from Korea. He calls her his girlfriend, but they actually got married, and she got her citizenship because they're married. She used to have night terrors, and he stayed with her through them. Last month, she sent him an email from Thailand saying she found love out there and wanted a divorce. What's up with men? Why does he put up with all this from these women? But I can't find a man. Is it me? Why would a man put up with so much? Latoya in L.A. Are you yelling at your radio right now? You know, what the hell you saying? You wrong, Kyle.
You wrong, Kamal.
Yeah. Or right. That's what I'm talking about.
Word.
Yeah. Hey, then tweet us. Stop what you're doing unless you're driving. Stop what you're doing. Hit us right now. Respond to us. You know, just talk to us right now.
Let us know how you feel.
I'm at Kyle Irby.
I'm at Angry Kamal.
Or you can hit us both at The MRA Podcast and let your voice be heard.
Yeah, man.
So we'll read it.
We might even respond.
And you just might hear it on the show.
Yeah, man. Be a celebrity for a day.
Yes, man. Just stop what you're doing. Hit us up, man. You'll get a response.
Yes, sir. Latoya. I gotta say this. I don't think it's you per se. I think your friend is a sucker. And you wouldn't want this guy. He seems like a doormat. And maybe your standards are higher than a doormat. That's not a you problem. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know where you're looking for, man, and stuff like that. I don't know how you're looking or where you're looking, but this isn't the type of guy that you would want. These type of men are preyed on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These are the men who get taken advantage of.
Yeah.
So yeah, this isn't a man thing. Those are what's up with men. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? No guy I know would have put her up in a hotel or an apartment, in a different state. And definitely after the first one, he would have been done. And then to get another woman, married her to get citizenship. I don't know any guy who would have fallen for this.
Yeah.
So this is not a man thing. This is like sucker stuff, man. This is prey. And so I think Latoya, don't look at yourself in the mirror like, what's wrong with me? No, you just know this guy who's a sucker. Kyle wouldn't have went for this. I wouldn't have went for this. None of my boys wouldn't go for this. I'm raising my sons not to go for this. So this is a unique situation, and you might know more. You might know more of these situations because when it happens, people are going to record these. People are going to talk about these events. They're not going to talk about the guy who basically, met a chick and they work through whatever issues and they're still together after 20 years. That stuff don't make the papers. It doesn't make news. This will. And that's why we're talking about it, because it's unusual. This isn't normal, and you shouldn't feel bad that you can't find somebody like this guy, because you wouldn't want somebody like this guy, because I'm willing to bet you wouldn't respect somebody like this guy.
At all.
None.
Hey, what's up, y'all? If you like this show, you want to help us offset some of these costs, man, you feeling the need to donate, then do just that. Go to www.patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA Podcast. That is the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal, and you can find us at Patreon. Or you can catch us in the street and just be like, hey, man, I love y'all. I want to bless you with some cash and put some dollars in our pocket. You can do that. Or you can hit us on Venmo. Find our names and just, bless us with dough on Venmo. Or you could pray for us. Do that too. But we prefer cash. Kamal, Latoya asked a question. What's up with men? I have a question for you, Kamal.
What's up?
If you had the dough, do you think you might get a woman a place in San Antonio? If you had the dough and you weren't married, a lot of hypotheticals here. Do you think you might put a woman up? I don't know.
Well, okay, I get what you're saying. Like, if I have the dough,
the money is no option.
Money, yeah.
You meet a girl, you fall for her, and you want a spot in San Antonio.
if I'm going to go to San Antonio 4 or 5, 6 times a year,
Yeah. Maybe.
it's an investment.
The difference between me, Kamal, and this dude, hopefully, is we're not going to get, once the dude calls, done. Get out.
Yeah.
Because, fellas, of course he had this happen to him more than once. Of course, because he's going for it. All right, guys, now it's time for the lesson of the day. You're going to go through whatever you're going for. Whatever you'll put up with, that's what you're going to have to endure. And so, yeah, she took him to the rack one time. When it was time again, where she did the same move, went right. You know what I mean? Did the same move, took him to the rack again.
He's susceptible to this.
All I got to do is fake left,
Yeah.
crossover right, and I'm going to the rack. So when the first time it happened, she faked right, she faked left, crossover right, took him right down the middle. She did it again, happened again. And then his dumbass got with some other woman in Korea or whatever. And it happened to him again.
Yeah.
It's going to keep happening to this dude.
Yeah.
It's going to keep happening to this dude because he keeps on. He's not running his game. He's depending on his money to get the game done.
Right.
You can't depend on your money. That's the problem when you're rich sometimes. When you're rich, you don't develop game. You just throw money at the problem. And that's what I respect about Bill Belichick. He's not throwing money at it. The Rams threw money at their problem. The Rams spent all this money on free agency. The Patriots didn't. The Patriots didn't overpay for anybody. The Patriots take regular old dudes
And coach him up.
And fellas, that's what you got to do. You have to depend on your game to keep your squad tight, not your money. And that's why you can't. That's why it's kind of cool when you don't have money in the beginning, because if you do, you end up. Could you imagine Donald Trump's son developing game? He's not gonna have game. He's always gonna have dough.
Yeah.
He's always gonna throw money at his problems. And you gotta have game. So this poor guy, I wish I knew his name. This sucker MC, Latoya's friend, he has no game. Latoya, help him out, man. Send him a link to the MRA podcast from Kyle and Kamel, because he has no game, man. That's his problem. That's why he keeps going out like that. So that's wrong. What's wrong with men? What's wrong with men is if you don't have game, fellas is going to trick. That's what's wrong with men, because it works. But what they don't understand is, like Bill Belichick has approved, it ain't about having the best players. It's about coaching up your players and getting them to run your system. And he's getting hustled. So why does he put up all this from these women? Because he doesn't know any better. He's falling in love with these women, and all you want as a man, I could tell you, you just want the pain to go away. Now, as a man, I'm going to endure some of this pain because of the game. If I'm in a certain amount of pain because my girl banged 3 of the homies, that's the pain I'm going to have to live with. Because if she banged 3 of my homies, she'll bang 3 more. So you got to understand the reason why he puts up with this, because he wants the pain to go away. And he has no game. All right, but I can't find it, man. Is it me? Yeah, it's you, Latoya.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you, it's you. You have, your expectations are probably off. That's what it is. I mean, look, man. A lot of times we talk about how these brothers end up with these white women. A lot of times these white women are putting up with shit that you ain't willing to put up with. And I don't want to make it seem like he's going because he ain't messing with nothing. What I'm saying is, sometimes your standards are your own worst enemy. I'm not. You keep talking about what you won't do. Maybe you should think less of what you won't do and be open to doing some shit you won't do. Because that's certain women, they end up with dudes because they're willing to do something they wouldn't have normally done.
Okay, I feel you. So basically, they're coming into it, not maybe Latoya's coming into most of the relationships or any dates, just negativity. Oh, I'm not going for this.
I'm not doing that.
This, and this.
I'm not doing that.
It's going into it just with a negative attitude.
Yeah, about what you won't do. You got to be open to shit. You just got to know what you want. And you got to be willing to bend a little bit, especially women, because women have these standards that are just unrealistic because they've been told through reality TV and all this shit that they can have these things that don't really exist. And so sometimes you do have to go outside of your standards to get the kind of man you want. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're not going to get what you want in that. Sometimes you got to try a different type of dude. Sometimes you got to try a sucker if you want your rent paid. You know what I mean? You can't always have the dude you want. Sometimes you got to go with that nerd ass dude. Try Asian dude, man. I don't like when I'm Asian dude.
Yeah.
He might treat you right. Try Asian dude. But I only mess with that. All right. Your list is going to have your ass lonely as fuck or heartbroken. So all I'm saying is it you? Yeah, it's you. You can't find a man because your standards are probably a little high. You need to just understand that you can have a man if you're willing to be with this man or that man. Try something different.
Do you ever have a list like things like I've never had one.
No.
I've never had one. My wife said she had a list like, okay, he had to have this, he had to have like, it's like I never had like, well, she's got to have this and she's got to. I never had one.
You know what's on my list? She got to be into me.
Yeah.
That's where it stops. I've never had a woman that looked like my ideal woman. Never. I had it one time. She was a whore. Never had a woman that looked like my quote unquote type. Never. Because I'm Bill Belichick. I'm into the attitude.
Right.
It don't matter what you look like. How do you act? How do you treat me?
Right. See, for me, I don't have like a type.
Yeah.
My thing is, will she let me be me?
Boom.
Yeah.
And then she ends up, for me, I'm hoping she ain't busted. Can I work with her? Does she look good to me?
Right.
I ain't worried about what y'all think.
Right.
Am I physically attracted to her? And that's what I'm saying. That's why, if you look on my resume, there's some similarities, but it's like, dang, man, you've been all over the place. Yeah, because I'm going for the attitude.
Well, I'm going to say I differ because, I kind of do worry about what the fellas are going to say.
Well, that's why you end up with battle axes, nigga. And I ain't been with a battle axe.
I still worried about what the fellas.
That means you're going to lose. What you get there, you're going to lose there. You know what I mean? The more you have to, you only get 100% in a woman, right? So if she's spending 80% on her looks, that means you're missing out on, it's a budget.
No, I got you. So,
ladies, if you're looking for the type of dude you want, you're going to have to come off of that list of the perfect dude, because I'm telling you right now, there's a dude that you might have thought was whack that'll meet every last one of your needs, but maybe not every one of your needs, but the most important ones.
Yeah, here's the thing about it, man. There's one thing I don't think women understand, especially when we're younger.
Yeah.
We just want a girlfriend.
Hilarious.
And so every girl in the classroom has action.
Yeah, yeah.
The problem is every girl in the classroom wants 3 dudes.
Yeah, they only want the top 3 dudes.
Yeah. But we'll take any of them because
they don't. That's their problem.
Right.
We'll take any girl. They always say, man, a man to put his dick in any woman. Yes, we will.
Yeah.
But y'all have these standards of, nope, I'm only messing with this, but that's
right.
your problem.
And so it's like they say we only want a certain type. No, that's when we actually, the heartache from getting dissed in the 4th grade, 5th grade.
Yes.
And then when we get money, we remember.
Oh, yeah.
We remember none of y'all chicks was into me.
Come on.
And now I've upgraded myself. Yeah. And now I feel a certain way about women in general.
That's a whole nother podcast come out.
Yeah. That is.
There we gotta go. If you guys have a Dear Irby letter, send us an email at dearirby@themrapodcast.com. That is Dear Irby at themrapodcast.com. Where can they find you?
Find me on Twitter, man, at Angry Kamal.
All right, I'm at Kyle Irby, KYLEERBY. The MRA Podcast. We have a spot too at the MRA Podcast. That's on all Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. KyleIrby.com is where you can go to see any commercial I've ever done. Not any, a lot of the commercials that I've done, some of the TV appearances I've had. Also, the MRAPodcast.com is our website. Ladies, we love you. Fellas, be a man at all times.
Deuces.
I'm gonna do some piano today. For those who don't know, I started doing the piano at the end of the podcast as an homage to Mark Maron because he plays guitar and I like when he does that. I'm just learning how to play the piano, my first musical instrument since 5th grade, trumpet. So I figure I'm gonna grow with the podcast, and by the time we get to episode 500, you're going to be like, oh, man, this dude really knows how to play the piano now. So, all right, here we go.
MRA.